Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant has been suspended for a second time after once again appearing to flash a gun on social media. The video circulated on Saturday night. It shows Morant with what appears to be a handgun while he's riding in a friend's car. Yesterday, the Grizzlies said they were aware of the video and suspended Morant from all team activities pending league review. In March, Morant was suspended for 8 games after he was seen holding a gun inside a nightclub on Instagram Live.
Honestly, I was shocked when I saw this weekend that video. Now, we're in the process of investigating it, and we'll figure out exactly what happened to the best we can then. It's the video's a bit grainy and all that, but I'm assuming the worst, and
looks like we're headed down to another suspension for Ja Morant. As you heard in the back end there, it was Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, talking about this second instance of a pistol being shown. You guys can run this. It's a silent video of it happening. There's music that they're playing underneath that is quite inappropriate. But also, as you see his buddy there flashing a finger version of a handgun, and then Ja there in that freeze frame. That's the quick fraction of a second that it appeared on that video. So he's been suspended from team activities as they figure this whole thing out. That wasn't the only thing that Adam Silver had to say, because he discussed this with him the first time this whole thing went down in that club. And he was shocked. He's gonna tell us why and the things that he did discuss with Morant beforehand.
We talked directly about the consequences first before we got to a subsequent potential to have done something wrong. We were very focused on the misconduct that was in front of us at the time. And frankly, most of our conversation was about how incredibly serious the first incident was. The acknowledgement that, as you said, he's a star. I mean, he has an incredibly huge following. Yeah. And that my concern, and I thought he shared with me, that millions, if not tens of millions of kids globally would see him as having done something that was celebrating in a way, that act of using a firearm in that fashion.
Keep that in mind, using that firearm in that fashion. What does that fashion mean? It's whatever it is you really kind of can tell from seeing someone like Ja Morant, seeing the NBA culture, seeing American culture in general, and which of those pockets you're willing to put him in. Ja did respond pretty quickly after this second instances. And after that interview, Morant issued this written statement in part. He said, "I know I've disappointed a lot of people who have supported me. This is a journey, and I recognize there's more work to do. My words may not mean much right now, but I take full accountability for my actions. I'm committed to continuing to work on myself," which I think is a reference to him saying earlier after this first instance, he said he's gonna go to some counseling, figure out why he feels like he has to do these types of things to release some stress, and also to take a look at who he is and maybe any kind of issues he has to work through. Apparently he took to those issues and he's like, I'm good. He went right back to some of the same stuff. But then again, they did point out, I did see in an ESPN article, the friend that was with him in that car as he flashed the gun the second time, he was with him, Brett, during that whole interaction with the Pacers at the loading docks after one of the games, and there was a red laser pointer that some of the Pacers players and coaches felt were aimed at them. So this same friend is the one that's around, and you see sports, former athletes and a bunch of pundits talking about how Ja Morant needs to shed himself of some of these friends. But I would put this one thing in before, or this one thought in before you jump in here though. It's a bit of the normalization of the way that we just do things in this country. Ja Morant is a guy who loves his guns apparently. So does many other Americans, which I think you can understand or maybe even see in the form of Lauren Boebert's, the Massey's of the world, who was posing with his family at their Christmas tree with all holding all these guns. There's Lauren Boebert's version. Representative Massey, there's Massey, and the last one was Andy Ogles. It's a regular thing, and it's just not seen as violent or in that fashion as Adam Silver said. And I was saying it the other day, Brett, I kind of wish everyone would stop posing with their guns and threatening folks.
How dare you, Jayar? Oh, from my cold dead hands will you take my fake guns? I have these. They make noise.
Devastating.
Devastating. Listen. I understand from the standpoint, the NBA is typically better at this stuff than the NFL is. The NBA if they have a standard for their employee, for the people that they have on contract to represent the team as the sport as ambassadors, that's fine. I think it is, this is for kids, and grown-ups and teens and everybody in America. They can suspend him from activity. I'm totally with you in saying, like, I think we fetishize guns way too much. It oddly makes more sense in my mind for a right-wing representative to pose in like pictures as a separate toy gun with their guns and all their friends. This one had a battery.
That's not safe gun safety. Your finger was bent over the bro.
Guys, it's fake. This is how you know. It's supposed to go but yeah, I think Ja Morant's just being stupid at this point. Just keep it together. Don't fight. And the friend is like, God, not again, Ja. He saw that he had the gun out and he took the Instagram live away that so quickly. I'm way more freaked out by him having it in a club than I am him having it like driving around with a friend. If it's legal, then there should be no legal consequences. And if it's illegal, there should be legal consequences. And if he's if there's a code of conduct that he signed on to before joining the league, and that code of conduct is just and makes sense, and trying to be an ambassador for the sport as condition of your employment, then he should be held to that code of conduct he signed up for. But it's one of those if they're moving the goalposts, I think that's weird.
Well, that's always the thing. We know how the perception of guns go with certain folks in certain corners in certain situations in the country, and it's pretty much on full display. But the thing is, if you're disgusted about that, which I can see reasons for that, we should be disgusted about all those forms. Because there might be people that are afraid of old white guys holding big ass guns. Maybe there's a group of a country that's afraid of them. Maybe we should worry about them too, rather than just the folks that are afraid of black folks holding guns. Because I think we all need to chill out.